Have you ever wondered how a small soybean can turn into tofu, cooking oil, or car fuel? It sounds surprising, but soybean farms help make all of that happen. How do these farms produce so much without harming the environment? They use smart methods like mechanical pressing and solvent extraction. These help squeeze out almost everything from each soybean, so nothing gets wasted. And with soybean oil use in the US expected to grow from 13 billion pounds to 14 billion pounds in just 1 year, this matters more than ever. Curious how this little bean is powering big change? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single story that connects farming, fuel, and the future. Let's get started. Did you know the soybean market is set to reach $169.68 billion by 2025? That's a 5.9% increase from last year. But where did soybeans come from? These amazing plants originated in East Asia, with farming in China around 5000 BC. By the time of the Zhou dynasty, 1046 to 256 BC, they were already popular in China. How did they spread worldwide? In the 1700s, they made their way to Europe and the Americas. So why are soybeans so important? They're full of protein and oil, and are used to make things like tofu, soy milk, soy sauce, and soybean oil. Do you know that Brazil is the top producer of soybeans for the 2024 to 2025 season? With 169 million metric tons, Brazil makes up 40% of the world's soybeans. The US comes next with 28%, and Argentina makes 12%. Even China and India contribute with 5% and 3%. Not bad for such a small bean, right? So, what's the secret to growing so many soybeans? The key is genetically modified soybeans, GMOs. By 2006, more than 93% of US soybean fields were using GMOs, and that number has stayed the same. Why do these GMOs help? They're made to resist herbicides like glyphosate, which makes getting rid of weeds easier. Some, like the HB4 soybean, can even survive in drought or salty soil. Pretty cool? But it's not just the seeds that make a difference. Modern harvesters with smart technology reduce waste and speed up the harvest. If you're still using old equipment, you could be losing soybeans. And when it comes to water, AI-powered irrigation systems and moisture sensors help farmers save up to 30% of water while still keeping their crops healthy. How awesome is that? How does a tiny soybean turn into the soft block of tofu you buy in the store? It's a pretty cool process that starts on the farm. Why do farmers wait until the soybean pods turn brown and the seeds have 14 to 15% moisture before harvesting? Well, this helps keep the seeds fresh and stops them from breaking apart. To make harvesting faster, farmers use machines like the Dominator 130 combine harvester. So, what happens after the soybeans are harvested? First, they are cleaned to remove dirt and debris. Modern machines are so good that they reduce losses by 0.19% and impurities by 0.98% compared to older methods. Pretty impressive, right? Now, let's get to the fun part. How do those soybeans become tofu? After harvesting, the soybeans are soaked in water for hours to soften. Then, they are ground into a thick paste that releases protein and oil. The paste is boiled and strained, separating the creamy soy milk from the leftover pulp called okara. The soy milk is used to make tofu, while okara is used in cooking or as animal feed. We hope you're enjoying it, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So, how do we turn soy milk into tofu? This happens through a step called coagulation. This means adding a special ingredient called a coagulant to help the soy milk curdle and form lumps, or curds. Did you know different coagulants create different types of tofu? For example, nigari makes soft tofu, calcium sulfate makes firm tofu, and GDL makes smooth, silken tofu. Once the curds form, they are placed into cloth-lined molds. Want soft tofu? Use light pressing. Prefer firm tofu. More pressure is used. Many factories use hydraulic presses for this. After that, the tofu is placed in cold water to make it firmer, clean off the extra coagulant, and give it the final texture. Then it's cut, packaged, and ready to eat. Next time you enjoy tofu, think about all the work from huge soybean farms that makes it possible. It's pretty amazing, right? The global tofu market was worth $2.97 billion in 2024. It's expected to grow at 5.08% each year, reaching $4.42 billion by 2033. So, what's causing all this growth? More and more people are choosing plant-based diets, caring about healthy eating, and making ethical food choices. But where is this happening the most? It's the Asia-Pacific region, where tofu has been a major part of the diet for years. The tofu market there is expected to grow from $411.9 million in 2025 to $761.7 million by 2030, growing at a fast rate of 13.08% per year. What's behind this? It's the rise of plant-based diets, the popularity of Asian food, and better ways to make tofu. Could tofu be your next healthy protein choice? As the demand for tofu increases, massive soybean farms play a key role in providing the tofu and soy oil we need. Are you ready to try tofu in your diet? How is soybean oil made? It might sound simple, but there's more to it than you think. The process starts with two main ways of getting the oil out: mechanical pressing and solvent extraction. But which one works better? Mechanical pressing is the simpler method. A machine squeezes the oil out of crushed soybeans, getting about 65 to 70% of the oil. This method is great for small to medium businesses that process up to 100 tons a day. It's often used for organic or cold-pressed oils because it's cheaper, easier to set up, and doesn't use any chemicals. Sounds pretty good, right? But here's the catch. It doesn't get all the oil, leaving some behind. So, would this work well for big factories? Then there's solvent extraction, which is more advanced. It uses a chemical called N-hexane to soak the soybeans and pull out almost 99% of the oil. This method is perfect for big companies that handle over 100 tons a day. It's very efficient, which helps save money in the long run, but it's also more expensive to set up and requires careful handling of chemicals. So, would you choose efficiency or simplicity if you were running a huge factory? But soybean oil isn't just for cooking. Did you know it's one of the most popular oils worldwide? Its neutral taste and high smoking point make it perfect for frying, baking, and even salads. Plus, in the US, soybean oil is also used to make biofuels. Its use is expected to grow from 13 billion pounds in 2023-24 to 14 billion pounds in 2024-25. And it doesn't end there. Soybean oil is also used in cosmetics for its skin benefits and even in lubricants. After the oil is taken out, what happens to the leftover soybean meal? It doesn't go to waste. About 97% of it is used as animal feed for livestock. So, when you enjoy tofu or cook with soybean oil, just think about how much goes into making it all happen. Isn't it amazing how these massive farms help fuel the global tofu and oil industry? So, did you know that huge soybean farms help make so many things we use every day? Like the tofu we eat, the cooking oil in our kitchens, and even the fuel in our cars. These farms do more than just grow crops. They use smart methods to get the most out of every soybean. But here's something to think about. Do we know where our food and fuel come from? Should more industries learn from how soybeans are used so wisely? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy learning how the world works, don't forget to subscribe for more easy and interesting stories.